Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Garrett Hartle, and this week we're actually going to do a behind-the-scenes tour at a buddy of mine's place. Check it out. All right, so if you watched last week's video on hashtag CL23021, then you probably saw some beautiful looking snakes. We had so many comments about, oh man, I got one from this clutch and the video doesn't even do it justice. These things are pink, these things are green. You'll have to go check it out. But those snakes were bred by a buddy of mine, Aaron Metcalf. Now, Aaron Metcalf happens to be my buddy, and he also happens to be Thomas's buddy. Thomas kind of grew up and got his introduction to snakes hanging out with Aaron and seeing his collection. So when he recently went back to Nebraska to visit family, he couldn't resist popping in and having Aaron show us a few of his favorite snakes from his whole collection. Check it out.
We just kind of do our thing. We focus on the basics and we have a lot of fun while we do it, so. Sometimes we make cool stuff, sometimes we make basic stuff, but we enjoy all of it. Take a little time here and show you some of our favorite animals that we got here in the shop. So one of my favorite projects over the last couple of years has been working on the Krispy Kreme stuff. Still a lot of unknowns. We're not for sure what we're working with, and I'm definitely wanting to kind of get that project put to rest and having a final yes or no on what we're working with. But it's definitely been fun. So we've been chasing a genetic trait. What is it? We're not for sure. This is a decent example right here. You can see down the dorsal stripe. It's got a donut circle pattern that just runs all the way down. Some of them are completely different in the way where it like washes out the pattern all the way down the dorsal, and I'll show you that in a couple other older animals that we have. And so we're just not sure if, is this it? Or is there a next step? And so it's been really fun experimenting with it, getting into a couple of other morphs, which I'll show you, and seeing how it influences those. It's just, at the very least, a really nice touch and sets animals just a little bit apart from others. So here we have what we think is a Krispy Kreme marble. And regardless, this girl is 75% Kalatoa, 12.5 Slayer, so she's got some really, really amazing bloodline in there. So she is pretty close to 2 years old, and you can see the influence of the Krispy Kreme coming down the back. It just kind of makes that dorsal stripe on either side of her backbone and then creates these dots right down the middle, which you can see in normal marble sometimes, but is pretty prevalent here. And she came from a Krispy Kreme female, so we're thinking that influence is right here. So here we have probably two of the best Krispy Kremes examples that we have produced so far. So both of these are from the same clutch. They're from 2020, so they are 3 years old now. They're 37.5 Kalatoa, 25% Jamp. We have a platinum anery right here, and then right here we just have a het anery boy. And these snakes are really, really cool. So we have a prime example of what it looks like when you get the good donut pattern right down the dorsal stripe, which is really cool. And then sometimes you kind of get the same look, but it washes the pattern out and it just kind of melts it. You can see all the way down from the top down into the middle of the body. It's just washes and melts away. It is such a cool look, especially on this anery. She's really, really green. They come from really great bloodlines from both parents. The sire to this clutch is also one of the best males we've ever had. He's a 75% Kalatoa, platinum anery Krispy Kreme. He's the original male who brought the gene in, and he is the best anery that I've ever owned. We also don't feed our animals a lot. We like to take it nice and slow. These two, this male and female, they're about 6.5 feet long now. And so they're getting there, but we're in no rush. So we like our animals nice and healthy and happy, and we want to live a long time. So this guy will be going to a female this year. He's definitely there with his age and size now. This girl still has a little bit to go. Most of our females, we actually breed for the first time between 5 and 6 years old. Sometimes we've had some females that haven't gone till 7 or 8, and some people get them to go a lot early. Sometimes we've had a few that have gone at 3 years old, but most of the time we don't push it. If they want to go, they go, and otherwise we just let them take their time. Or I'm bad at breeding. That is always an option. So I do not claim to be the best breeder. I just like snakes and I'm patient and I keep at it, so we make some cool stuff. All right, here's another one of my favorites that we have in the shop. This year we did a really cool phantom marble clutch that also had some sunfire and tiger in there as well. And this is the sire to that clutch. So he's a 2020 75% Super Dwarf phantom visual anery, and this guy is absolutely gorgeous. When he was a baby, he came out almost like a bluish gray. It was so cool. And he's colored up a little bit, but I absolutely love it. You're watching me weird. What are you doing? Dude, she literally gave me a look. So she is a marble sunfire tiger, pos head albino, and she's actually one of the first retics I ever produced. So that's a really fun, special thing for me too. So she is really close to my favorite snake. She is really, really beautiful. She's definitely a bigger bloodline girl. She's an absolute sweetheart as well. And it was really cool to get to see her produce some babies and get through to another generation, because I have not been around in the industry for a couple of decades. So it's really cool to see, you know, a couple generations in. All right, so here's a cool little dwarf, super dwarf cross. This is a Motley Marble, het anery, pos het snow. Absolutely gorgeous animal. I think overlooked a little bit. When they first came out, I was like, okay, cool. Kind of looks like a golden child-ish. As they aged, I was super, super happy. Looks really beautiful. Got this really cool kind of, not quite a bronze color on top, but one of my favorite parts is look at the sides. It literally, if you combine lava rocks and charcoal, that's what it would look like. It is so gorgeous. The contrast between the different shades of gray blending right into this kind of goldish yellowish. It is so, so, so beautiful.
I am interested to know who or what it was that was the first person you can remember getting you into reptiles. Let us know in the comments below if you like these kinds of videos, and we'll catch you next time.